In this super mysterious showdown, Wojin seemed a bit awkward, as if he were in a tug-of-war with the chain. If this situation persists, Wojin would either face death by being knocked out or exhaustion, prompting him to decide to take the initiative. Yeah, surprisingly, Pikachu still retained the capacity to counterattack after being attacked. What surprised everyone even more was that Pikachu was unscathed, looking as relaxed as if he were at a summer. This outcome surprised Wojin. Logically, such power in a chain is possible without object manipulation, but using his body to deflect Wojin's punches. That's like writing a program without debugging. This left Wojin perplexed, realizing Pikachu's body had transformed beyond recognition. In this match, Pikachu truly became a tenacious opponent, and Wojin decided to stop holding back. He rushed him for another attack, but surprisingly, for the third time, Pikachu danced around him effortlessly, toying with him like it was a game of hide and seek. Wojin's mindset started to shift. He went all out, roaring as he punched the ground. A massive force kicked up dust, creating an impromptu dirt shield. Wojin decided to use this as a distraction, planning to cloak his presence with shadows. But just as Pikachu sensed something was off, Wojin was already behind him, causing an unexpected lavish reception. Faced with Wojin's mountain-like punch, Pikachu could only raise his arms to block, but Wojin's strength was utterly soul-crushing. Pikachu's arms bent bizarrely, and he was sent flying by a single punch. Wojin had never faced defeat with the Super Destroy Punch, but he never expected Pikachu's counterattack would be so fierce. In a split second of combat, Pikachu had Wojin wrapped up in chains made of condensed energy. Pikachu's strategy of letting Wojin see the chains was to lower his guard. Now that he was bound, Wojin still couldn't wrap his head around it. Pikachu's attack wasn't just strong, but his defense was ridiculous too. Had he reached the extremes of both manifestation and enhancement? But that was obviously impossible, waking up to his life philosophy. Only those who find the right style for themselves can take their abilities to their peak. Pikachu took off his colored contacts, revealing his unique skull potential. Only in this special form could he unleash all his powers. This was Pikachu's absolute time. Even his injured arm was pleading for a full recovery. At this moment, Wojin was genuinely a bit scared, yet no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't break free from the sturdy bindings of the chains. Right then, Wojin felt exactly like a discarded toy, left at Pikachu's mercy, yet regardless of how intense the pressure was being applied, he still held on to his secrets, refusing to spill any information about the Troupe. Seeing his stubbornness, Pikachu stabbed a scorpion of commandments into Wojin's heart. If Wojin refused to cooperate, his heart would explode, as if truth were an exception. Any individual desiring self-preservation must surely be motivated to do so, right? Wojin showed real toughness, keeping his mouth shut until the end, embodying the demeanor of a true warrior. When the two strongest fighters collide, what kind of sparks will fly? On one side stands the infamous leader of the Phantom Troupe, Kuro, and the other a mere condiment of a killer family. In an effort to find the Phantom Troupe and reclaim stolen treasures, the old man was hosting another auction. He even invited a father and son hitman duo to hunt down the Troupe members. What a golden opportunity. Thinking the plan was flawless, who knew Nian would create chaos like a hyperactive candy. Missing the last auction, Nian felt a pang of regret and decided it was time for some self-punishment. To shake off her sidekick, Nian excused herself to use the restroom. Melody and Sunny waited forever, only to realize Nian had pulled an escape act. Nian was smart about her stealthy escapes, not realizing she had become the punchline of a nationwide joke. Then Kuro found Nian and asked her to help him with some sticky notes. Nian didn't hesitate for a moment and immediately summoned an ugly angel, preparing to deal with the sudden situation. But she didn't notice that Kuro was quietly stealing her powers. Shortly after, Nian handed Kuro a prophecy book. However, a significant portion of the crucial content was missing, leaving the details less than satisfactory. The remaining months seemed set for a grand investigation. Will the tofu pudding hold its ground? The double month was sent off into the sky, with predictions pointing to the news of Wojin's demise. Kuro was heartbroken and decided to do something for his brother. So he teamed up with Nian, ready to take advantage of a golden opportunity. Seizing the moment, he knocked out his opponent, which was seen by a certain Big Beard in the security. She was also a henchman of the old man, realizing it was her chance for fame. Big Beard followed the markings to find Kuro, only to discover he had been waiting there for quite a while. As long as someone was bitten in private, they wouldn't feel pain or bleed. They would absolutely not die until their nen had completely disappeared. At that moment, Big Beard was in a pickle, unable to escape death yet unable to die. Then Kiroro opened the window. As his nen dissipated, Big Beard's spirit also drifted away. Kiroro, like a conductor, played the final requiem for Wojin. The sight of the slain mercenaries was a clear sign of karmic retribution. Only by subscribing you keep enjoying the excitement.